We are live.
Yes, we are.
It's only been a day, right? So
Just a day.
I haven't only been gone a day. I mean, nothing's happened. Look here. Alan is here. Let Gil come back. No, he's still in detention. You know, he's still like, I haven't made a video in like 35 days. He still comments under Strongman's videos about me, which is hilarious.
Jeez, why?
It's like,
Why?
dude, just let it go. Like, we had one disagreement, like, it seems like a year ago, and dude's a psychopath.
I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't even tried to dox him. Jeez, it's like back off me. Like I have videos of him. Someone gave them to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is what it is.
strongman debate was super weak. Yeah, he had
Coach.
the coach guy on.
Like,
I mean, he did his thing, I suppose.
yeah, like I only caught a part of that as it was live just because I was out doing errands. But like for those that aren't aware of strongman or like earlier strongman, like he set a precedent with Ape Father. Like he's and he's said it before. Is like I'm not going to be obnoxiously hostile to a person like that I'm having on as a guest. Like that's not his style.
I think I'm literally the only person that is hostile to people in the face. Like,
Yeah, like he'll roast you in a video for sure. But
yeah,
like you hop on a live with him, like you're going to have to be the jerk first for him to like be
I
an
mean,
uncivilized jerk back. Like
how long do you think it's going to last if you're just telling someone they're an asshole and an idiot and you think they're stupid? Everything they do in life is a
yeah,
failure. It's just like, I don't know.
yeah, he's trying to run a
People call
business.
these things debates. I don't think anything's
Mhm.
really a debate, honestly, because no
Nah,
one changes opinions. But
yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, he'll have more guests on. I thought
Mhm.
about having more guests on, which would require more work. I should probably, but um,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not
there's the
hard
usual
to get
suspects.
Seeking Alpha authors to say they'll come on your channel.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. I've only had one, but I've had others that wanted to, and then I just didn't get around to
Mm.
actually pursuing it. I don't know. But so nothing's happened. So this will be short in a month. So
Zero
god
happened.
damn. Yeah. So in case I've been on vacation
Mm.
for not the whole time, but 2-ish weeks, thanks
Mhm.
to BTI. So as you know, I've said I bought a significant amount of BTI and I was just dripping the dividends for vacation funds. So it wasn't really an investment. I joke, but it really was an investment. But so forth.
It's been working. Like,
It's probably one of my favorite investments. It's not my favorite. Um, like some, oh, your favorite investment's what gave you the most money. I'm like, I don't know. No, not really. I mean, I'm proud of certain investments that maybe weren't the best percentage, but maybe they're the most dollar amounts just by my conviction.
mhm.
So BTI, very proud of that one. Um, I thought about selling it at one point for what was it? Someone told, I think it was ANET, which in hindsight would have been pretty spectacular. So, because I would have had how many shares? Like 2,000 shares ANET, like $62. But I'm happy with 225. So,
Yeah. And
um,
I
yeah, I
forgot
can
who it
show
was.
some photos. I'll show a
Yeah.
few
Well,
photos.
while you're pulling that up for the viewers back at home, if you want to chuckle, I forgot who it was, but someone's like, "Oh, well, how's BTI's year to date doing compared to Nvidia's year to date?" And Nvidia, very respectable year to date. And like you change the time frame up, it should curb stomp BTI, but just not even counting dividends to date. BTI has had like one quiet hell of a run and just been grinding like net upwards.
I can
So
thank Strongman was kind of responsible for part of BTI.
oh
He
really?
he did a video talking about when they impaired all their RJ Reynolds business,
Hmm.
which I wasn't following it.
Yeah.
I've owned all the tobacco companies over time.
Hmm.
Every dividend investor has.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I think I might have been in Philip Morris. I really don't remember. But then he talked about the impairment of RJ Reynolds, and I'm like, the stock took a significant drop after that news, I think 8 or 10%. I'm like, this is the time to buy, because they literally said in their statement they were impairing RJ Reynolds, not because it was bad business, but it was just the risks of menthols being,
Mm-hmm.
and there was some weakness in that business, so they just wrote it off, right? Just cut the friggin'
Ultra.
cut the rancid leg off. And as soon as they did that, I'm like, now it's a buy,
Yeah.
because that's a risk
Ultra
factor that's been
conservative.
removed.
Mm-hmm.
The stock price adjusted. I know Emperor Sauron bought BTI. Just he was much more direct. He's like, if you look at the multiple they were trading at like 29 compared to similar consumer staples, it was like a third of the multiple of other consumer staples. So it's like
Yeah.
crazy not to buy them. So
Yeah. You
it's
consider
almost
also their
double.
Indian.
Well, if you include
holdings.
the dividends,
Yeah.
I think it is a
Oh
double
yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. The dividends are like, yeah, because if you viewers at home are like Googling the stock chart, you got to account for the total return, because like that one for BTI really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But they've been able to input. What's beneficial too is like, okay, the U.S. is not lowering rates.
Mhm.
We're fighting JPOW. He sucks. Trump's going to fire him, whatever. But the
Yep.
rest of the world is lowering rates, and BTI is international. They
Yeah.
have accounts and debt in like 10 countries. So they were, and that was another part. I thought they were better suited to adapt to this changing interest rate environment that we haven't experienced before. Because from 2010 to 2022. Interest rates just kept going lower. So
Yeah.
this is a new experience now, with rates going up for once.
Mm.
Anyway, so I'll get through these pitch. So these are wild horses,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. We were pretty far away, so it was the best I could get zoomed in.
Oh, good.
So there's some people might know where in the area I was, because it's a pretty famous chain of wild horse islands. They think like there were shipwrecks from Spanish ships 300 years ago. Maybe. I mean, who knows? But there's these wild horses all over the island, and you can actually drive to the islands and camp there, and the horses are on the island. And so it's pretty neat. We were on a boat. I was having drinks at the time, so that was fun. Okay, what else next? That's me.
Yay.
There you go. I just buy a hat when I go to these places. I just buy the hat and then throw it out at the end, because straw hats never make it. So there's me in all my glory. Protect your skin, people. You think you're going to go shirtless with no hat, you get to my age, no, you stay covered. This was actually a restaurant that Strongman told me to go to, so I'm eating
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
that's right. Yeah. Was it crab or
It
lobster
was a
that you had
crab
there?
place, so he
Yeah.
recommended. Actually, it was like kind of like a local. I think the locals go to this place. It had that vibe. Food was
Mhm.
good.
That's good.
I had crab at the other place. I didn't have crab here. I had crab at the first seafood place. So,
Mm.
but what I had was pretty good here, like scallops and stuff.
Ooh,
These are very expensive fishing boats. So
yeah.
this is the private. So this is like the rich prick fishing boat area. And then if you went right of this, you'd get to the commercial fishing area. So this was like the docks. Pretty neat.
Mhm.
Here was a random bar. I mean, people I'm sure can figure out now if they look this
Where
up.
you went to vacation.
There was a storm coming through, which was pretty wild. But yeah, we ate here one night. The joke was my friend was in Ireland. One of my friends was literally in Ireland at pubs, and I was like, "Well, I'm at an Irish pub too." Not really, but that's why I had that stupid Irish flag drink I sent. So here's my pot. You got to have the pot when you're in
Oh yeah.
Maryland. Oh, I
Got it.
spoiled it.
Yeah.
So I
All
guess
the Old Bay.
blue crab is fine. Lobster superior in every way. I just like I've had both now. I mean,
Mm.
crab's fine. Like it's
Yeah.
not lobster. So I had all that. I had to Google how to break. I didn't know how to eat this stuff, so I had to Google it in my room before we went to the restaurant. Like, how the fuck do you eat blue crab? So I saw two different approaches. So I tried both, and then I was able to get through it. So I cut my hand eating these things too. One of the sharp little
Oh
pieces must
yeah.
have sliced my finger open. That
Yeah.
was fun. So there's that stupid drink. Yeah.
Mm.
Irish people want to probably throw this in the ocean, I would imagine. It's ridiculous. It's a frozen monstrosity. Here's another. So here, another beach. This is Delaware.
Yep.
Which Delaware has very strict rules about what you can and can't do. I didn't take a picture of the sign. I probably should have. They have this huge list of what you can and can't bring to the beach. You can't throw balls. You can't use like boogie boards, and you can't. It's like a no fun zone. I feel. I was like, you have to use umbrellas, which is ridiculous. You can't use a canopy. So I wasn't too happy. We just kind of walked around. So Joe Biden's beach house is maybe 2 miles from where I'm standing on this photo. It's kind of interesting. Here's another view.
Yeah.
This is one of the Delaware beach areas. So I don't think I thought I had a photo of wandering around. Maybe it didn't transfer. Oh, well, that's that. I enjoy the beach. It's fun.
Glad you had fun.
Yeah. So next year, I don't know. I gotta figure out next year. I usually wait till Christmas to figure out where I'm gonna go next year. See how much dividends I got from BTI next year. Could be a cruise too. I don't know yet. But we're probably flying south. Maybe I'll go back to Florida. So we'll see.
Yep.
Who else is here? Lincoln is here.
Yep.
Hello,
Citizen
Lincoln.
of the Year is also here.
Who?
Alan Carlson.
Oh, Citizens here.
Yeah.
Howdy.
And Alan Carlson.
Trump has no legal base to fire Powell. Okay, he's gonna fire him anyways.
Yeah, like yes, technically, but yeah, like he's also the type of person who will exert his influence and pressure in any way he can.
No.
Yeah.
I did go to the other I went to a Jersey. Yeah, so we went to 4 beaches. So I'm kind of beached out for now. So now we're back to society. But I think this happened 2 weeks ago now? 3 weeks?
Oh yes, the Air India crash, sadly.
I know, because people were like, I'm a Boeing investor, and so are several people that we know. So I had said like the whole time, like, what's the bear thesis? And it's like the bear thesis is a plane falls out of the damn sky again, right? Or a door blows off. That's the scare when you invest in something like this. All the backlog is cool, they're getting better quality controls, all that. The cap will get lifted, hopefully, although this is not a great. Originally, people were like, oh shit. But I think as soon as it happened, I jumped into some subreddits of pilots, and then there were some YouTube channels talking about what happened. And you got a good sense after like a day. I had a pretty good feeling that it was engine failure or pilot error, based on some of the talk from pilots and subreddits and stuff, and some of the video evidence that was already there, talking about like there was this thing called the rat that came out. It's like this little fan. It's this little fan that comes out if the engines fail, because the engines provide power to the plane, right? Like your car, if your engine stops, your power goes out. So this little propeller spins, and it gives just enough juice to the system to like land. So it deployed. So people are like, well, so like pilots could say, well, this is the scenarios. This rat will only deploy in this or this scenario. Literally, that's the only time. One of them was like engine failure, which is funny though, because it was engine failure, just not, it was a man-made engine failure. Sadly, we found out that one of the pilots cut the freaking fuel at the engine. So it wasn't an engine failure, just not an act of God. It was some dude did it, one of the pilots. And the preliminary report from India, I think I linked they didn't do the transcript completely. It was just one quote. They said there was talk, and the black box said that one of the pilots asked why the other one, I think the assistant pilot asked the pilot why he shut off the fuel valves in their speech. And then they turned them back on, but it was too late. So the plane crashed. So that's sad. So if it was like suicide by crashing, that's terrible. Yeah. We don't know enough yet. I think it's just preliminary. So, but Boeing is not at fault. So we continue to rise. Happy about that. Sucks people died, but Boeing did not do anything we know of at this point to exacerbate or cause this problem and the crash.
Mhm.
So the stock is, I think it rebounded pretty fast after that news came out. It was back from 200. You dipped below 200 and then it was back to 230 real
Yep.
fast. So I think the fair value, I mean, this company's stock is probably worth $300, but I don't think you'll ever have fair value because there's always going to be a discount for
Mhm.
planes falling out of the sky. So
Yeah.
we'll see. So far, so I'll keep it.
Mhm.
Other news that I follow. So a lot of this is like last week or so. We knew this was coming. So I'm not in like all the drone companies, but we're watching very intently. But this is the way the military is going to go. I mean, like it's basically what we got: your precision munition,
Mhm.
drones, naval assets, submarines, space assets. Like that's the military today, right? So now, I mean, I think this is the smart way to go. We're creating. We don't have like an MOS, and you and me know like
Yep.
MOSs are the jobs in the military. There was no drone job. So it was probably some intel guys and some infantry guys and some engineers all kind of half doing this stuff. So now he's creating like actual jobs and units in the military to do drones. So this is big. Also, I think they're going to rescind. There's some policy in place that said everything has to be produced in America. I might be butchering this, but like the engines, the drone parts, everything had to be produced in America. They couldn't buy it from outside sources like China. I think they're rescinding that because if you're going to rapidly expand drone production, you have to face facts. I don't think we're capable of that exclusively in America. So if the priority is to get these units up, we probably need Chinese parts for some of this stuff and figure out how you mass produce the drones. I'm sure the Ukrainians are teaching us a thing or two, I would hope. So this is going to be interesting. So you could see like I'm watching very intently a few of the drone companies right now. You got Arcat, Kratos.
Mhm.
So Kratos is interesting because it's Canadian. So that last thing I told you makes it more interesting investment. They can now source from outside America. Kratos is more has like the naval drones too, and they're doing aerial drones. What's the third company? AeroVironment.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
I
think so.
screwed their name up. Aero
Yeah. Arrow something or other.
is AVUV. I'm mostly interested in Red Cat and Kratos at this point. No, it's not this. It's Arrow. There. AeroVironment. I mean, this company, though, I mean, look at
Yeah.
it's just
Between
really
that and
tough.
the market cap. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm not in any of these because my concern is just like, I still don't think it's just tough. Like these companies can provide these drones to America, but like a drone is just, it's like a 3D printed body with some motors and electric battery and a circuit board. I don't know how defensible like one specific company can you defend that business, increase margins and so forth. Or is it just some of these companies might just be in the right place at the right time for now to
Mhm.
benefit from this drones and like we're just throwing money at this to get it off the ground. So I might just buy like 3 or 4 drone companies just to see what happens this year. But I've never talked. Drone Shield has done exceptional.
Yeah.
The hidden gem of capital mindset that I've talked about for like 2 years now. So, um, I still get nervous to talk about it because it's not American. It's still a small company.
Yeah.
It's $50 trade it because it's internet. It's Australian. That's like but um, I guess I answer questions about it, but I think they're going to get bought. Honestly, like their defensive tech is just there's no competitor to their defensive tech, and they're getting contracts. I guess I'll show the website. There is an American ticker that's over the counter.
Mhm.
They specifically tell you not to buy that first, just for people to know. The company tells you not to buy that ticker, so you literally have to buy the Australian. This one.
Yep.
Which I have some of it because I didn't realize at first that I should buy the Australian one directly. So I have both. But no, where's the news page? The reason I like this company I've hinted at this. I talk more about a cap mindset due to my concerns, but they were profitable. Like 2 years ago, when I first looked at them, I was trying to find a profitable drone investment, right?
Mm.
Not pretending that they're going to be profitable in the future. I wanted something with profits, which they did at the time. Number two, they have a lot of patents in this space. They're an established player in drone defense. They have patents dating back to, I think, 2014, 2017. So it's not just producing 3D printed drones. And I think they have special drone defense technology that is different. They have some handheld systems that other people don't have. A lot of these other companies you'll look at with drone defense, it's like a point system. They'll have like a drone jammer on like a tripod, right? It's not movable. Like this company actually has handheld devices. So they always show military, but I think the interesting part is military and police applications, because you can't use, what do you use in the city, right? You can't use kinetic weapons. You can't use lasers. Like you have to think about people around. Like a handheld jamming device is probably the way you can go in a city, like police environments. And they have a lot of contracts in police environments, and they don't. I don't know if I want to get into Korea at this point, but they don't have NATO entanglements, which is becoming a kind of a question. Like a lot of these military, or a lot of countries in the world are expanding their military budgets. Some of them don't want to play with. If you're not in NATO, maybe you don't want to buy NATO products, because then there's problems. There's entanglements with buying military equipment from a NATO country, like France. France has pressure from the EU about some of their military contracts that they have for selling equipment, because they're another big exporter. They're one of the big boys. Mm-hmm. Like the biggest military exporters in the world are like the US, obviously, France. Then you got Turkey. And South Korea is becoming bigger. Those are like the big players in this space. But so this is so far, like I'm in at like 50 cents American, and now it's like, I don't know. I don't really want to trim it. I almost trimmed it like a month ago though. I was close. That Mark Money guy that I follow, I don't know if you've seen him. Some people in the community follow Mark Money. He does like live streams on Fridays.
I've heard of him. I just never bothered to.
He was in Drone Shield but he's like a trading TA guy, right? Fundamental TA. So he bailed. He got out of it because it hit his number, and it almost made me sell it too. But I'm in it for different reasons than him, right? So, so there's that. So I'm still more interested in defense aspects, but it's tough to find. Like, when we think about it, the drone defense investments actually were the ones that have been the grand slams. Rheinmetall.
Oh yeah, yep.
Rheinmetall has got the best kinetic drone defense systems, and then this company. There was one more I'm missing right now, but yeah, the drone defense ones are. I think there's more of a premium on those services. Like you could actually, I think, name your price if you have the right technology. I mean, the drone production side, I'm not sure is the way to go, but it's in the mix. So it's a drone world, right? But humans won't be fighting, but machines destroying each other. Well, it's interesting to see. People have to understand one thing about like Ukraine versus Russia, though. Like, I hear like Elon has pushed that says, "Oh, we don't need 6th gen fighters; they're a waste of money." The F-35, and the F-22 are a giant waste of money, or abomination. You could say they're a failure of procurement in this fact that they were over cost. Okay, fine, fair enough. They were expensive. Their procurements, it was all over, delayed over time, so forth. But they produced an amazing product, which is typical of America. We have terrible procurement of new military equipment, but when it finally comes out, it's world class. But you just, drones can't do what like there's not 6th gen fighters in freaking Ukraine versus Russia. That's the thing people got to remember when you're saying, "Oh, it's all about drones." It's like nobody has F-35s. The Israelis have the real world application of 6th gen fighters. We don't have a lot. What we do have is like the Israelis used F-35s to wipe out the Iranians' air defense systems, basically, without losing a plane. So that's the real world application we have so far. We don't really have much other evidence, but these planes, like the distance they can fly, the fact that they can't be jammed, and people are forgetting like jamming is a major issue. That's why there's now a lot of the drones in Ukraine are fiber or optic cable, right?
Yeah.
So you get as close as you can to the enemy in like a hardened container of some sort, and then you fly them with fiber optic cable to the target. So to think you're going to have an air force full of drones is kind of ridiculous, and they don't have the capabilities of a manned system. The payloads, like drones can't hold the payloads of a manned jet propulsion system. Radar drones can't escape radar. They don't have stealth capabilities. I don't know how they will. It's like 4 little motors spinning. Like there's bigger ones, obviously, too.
Oh yeah. But it's a tough thing. Like what I will say is that I think the decision makers have a tendency also to focus on points of failure, and like of course there's points of failure with human beings, but like you mentioned, even with the existing drones that are out there with fiber optics, like you have troops like scrambling around with scissors, like cutting those.
Oh my god.
Like so like there is no necessarily like perfect thing. It's just more of a, sad to say, war is probably part of the human experience, and humans and robots now
I can
are
say like
probably going to be part of the thing.
I mean, what does a future war look like? Like we're watching the first war of 2 nations fighting in a long time, not a war on terror, but yeah, it's like infantry holding a position, holding lines. Then you have all these different types of drones now that they've developed, right? There's kamikaze drones for vehicles. Then there's like anti-personnel drones that drop like little grenade like rounds that are custom made now. They're not just throwing grenades on them. They're like custom made drone rounds. Then they have like a mothership drone, which comes in with bigger payloads as necessary, which apparently the Russians are using their snipers to take out the bigger drones, not personnel. Then you have drones that are just transmitting the signal, right? So they're like, you have like a queen, like a I don't know what you call it, but you'd have like a drone that's just relaying the signal, right, to keep from jamming. It's just wild. It's just so it's hard to keep up with all this. So I mean, the future of war is you're talking like stealth fighters, various types of drones, infantry's holding the line, precision artillery. All these things are vitally important. I don't know. It's just wild. But yeah, I think it's tough to say what Putin is Putin going to stop if he takes those territories in Ukraine. I don't know. I think Russia's just going to be in a constant state of war while Putin's alive. I don't see the way their economy is set up right now. If they stop being in war, the whole country is going to collapse because there's so much of the country's economy now. The GDP of Russia is devoted to war. I think it's going to be a mess if they stop fighting.
It's not pretty. Over under on Powell resigning, I have no clue.
I think Trump's going to fire him. We said that after the election. I think Trump's going to fire JPOW.
Yeah.
When has Trump ever let something like law stop him? So, and rules and like the norms of how things work.
Yeah, Norm's part for sure. He definitely has his way.
Because it seems like right now, as of today, it looks like he's trying to apply pressure to get, like you said, he's trying to get JPOW to resign. Yeah. They're trying to put pressure on him from every angle. I don't know. I mean, did anyone think that you could do mass firings of unionized federal workers before Trump? I didn't. Nobody thought that was a thing. Like, oh, they have great job defenses because they're unionized. And they plowed right through that already, and the courts have agreed with them. So makes me wonder if I get a hardcore Trump guy as governor of my state, how strong are my union contracts? I don't know. They're going to get tested at some point.
Oh yeah.
So what a time to be alive.
Yep.
So anyways, like I think
Back in the news.
so what I've done,
Hmm.
I used to be all individual military stocks. You know
Yep.
this, people
Yep.
know. So I started switching to more like thematic. I want to get out of the individual companies and just have the thematic investment of increased military spending across like the world. But then I also want to make selective speculation and drone investments. It's kind of where I
Hmm.
am at this point. And like like Curtis Wright's gone. We both sold Huntington Ingalls too
Yep.
early.
Yep.
We both sold it. Yeah, we both went from like 180 to 230. And then we're like, that's good enough. And then it rockets to like 258
250. Yeah.
after the budget came out and they had a bunch of money for modernizing the docks. And then I think Huntington had a press release about working with some AI company,
Mm.
which was cute. I mean, the problems are personnel. It's not the docks. As far as their problem is just they don't have the personnel that are competent necessarily to do all the welding they need. And people will have robots do it. Not for ships. It doesn't work for ships apparently.
Yeah, like you would need really specialized. That'd be a lot of capex.
It needs
Like,
people. It's people driven, and you
yeah,
can't like put the boats in a warehouse, like a car,
no,
where
no,
you can
it's
create a
just too
welding
big.
robot for a car much easier. The car
Yeah,
doesn't have to be watertight, so
yeah, it's it's ugly, but like how many realistic competitors are there really for them?
yeah.
Which is
So
which is the appeal, the ironic appeal.
so I found this for people probably 3 months ago now.
Hmm.
I'd have to go look at the dates because I was like, I don't want to. I want to get out of like the Lockheeds and the Northrop eventually, and I don't want the big. I don't want to pick cherry pick the big military companies. I just want, but I wanted. We could see like the European partners were spending more money, and this started in like January. So we're like, a lot of the capex is now not just America. These European countries are increasing their military spending. I think due to Trump, but then also the threat of Russia. It's right there. So I don't want to buy European stocks directly. I'm an American investor, so I was like, okay, what's the answer? And I found this, which is it's this tiny speculative. This company, I don't even know if you can barely find it. It's like a European investment firm, the themes ETFs. But this ETF buys NATO country military companies, so it's great. I don't have to worry about buying international stocks, and they do it for me. So they invest in any military company domiciled in a NATO country. So if you look at it, most of their top holdings are European names because they've done so well this year. So this is a way for people to play increased spending across all of the NATO partners without cherry picking which ones you think will do better than the others. So far it's been pretty good. They don't have a 3 month chart.
I think they're the way how the thing is structured is reasonable and responsible.
I want to say I got in May, maybe started buying it. I think that somewhere probably about here.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So
that being said, though, like with this company having looked at some of their other ETFs, your mileage may vary on how good the methodology is.
yeah, some of their
Yeah,
other
some of them not
other
so.
ones are fucking
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
I remember with Fab, I was looking at them with Fabio. There's
yeah.
I think there was a crypto one and there was like an AI one that were really kind of weird.
Hmm.
So far so good.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about the Korean one today.
it's fine.
The problem is I can't find the damn website. I had it. I can't find the
Oh,
damn website. It doesn't show up. So I'm gonna have to find it again. It's buried. It's buried deep on this company's website. You can't directly Google it. It's such a small new ETF. So people can play the military angle their own way. I mean, if your thesis is just increased military spending, it's like, okay, then buy something like NATO. It would just, you have a basket of all the NATO partner militaries. All the European, you'll have the European and the US military. If you look at, for people here, if you Google like military ETFs, you're going to find ones that just do the US.
mhm.
So this one's hard to find because it's pretty new.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who would have known Rheinmetall was the answer? If you had bought them right after Russia invaded Ukraine, you would have done really well. So,
Oh yeah,
they do have some of the best drone defense by far.
for sure. Yeah, like we could
Their
argue
systems,
over. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, like we
it's
could
just,
overvaluation, but this is not vaporware by any means. Like it's
no,
legit.
like
Most
their
levels.
kinetic weapons top
Yeah,
notch. So,
yeah.
some of the other ideas I've had are looking at like I don't want to get in details, but companies would like detect, not necessarily taking drones out of the sky, but like the radar to detect, because
Mm,
that's one of the problems is like radar systems are not designed to find targets this small in the military,
yeah,
like
yeah.
bird size fucking
Mhm.
objects, right? Some of these drones. So they're having to rethink some of what the applications of this stuff. And like, okay, so then you create like a detection radar system that can detect these little drones. Okay, now the next problem, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to,
Yeah,
are you just going to shoot at it with a shotgun? Or are you going to shoot a missile at it, a laser? Are you going to send a Falcon after it? Take it out? The Ukrainians now are going with the approach of interceptor drones,
yep.
right?
Drone against
Because a
drone.
lot of
Yeah.
it's just a cost issue. Like,
Yep.
what's the best way to take a drone down? I mean, probably like a Patriot missile. All right, but that's like a $2.5 million missile to
Yeah.
shoot down like a $3,000 drone. So, like, okay, what's the
Mhm.
cost appropriate way to take a drone out? So that's the bigger problem. And the world can't produce precision guided munitions in enough quantity to fire them all day. That's what we
Yeah.
found out.
Oh yeah.
A lot of these, like even the drones that the Russians are shooting hundreds of drones every night at Ukraine. Okay, most of them are just Shaheeds, which is just like a very basic piece of machinery. It's like a propeller with an explosive, and then my understanding is like they just pre-program where it's going to go. Right? It's not a guided weapon. Like they're just telling it which ways to go in the country, and then where it's going to end up. It's like pre-programming Google Maps, I think. My understanding. So it's not like a precision weapon that would actually, like, cruise missiles actually can follow like the
Mhm.
curvature of the earth, right? They stay low and they can navigate to some degree. So, mhm. Are you retiring early from BTI yet? The retirement
Vacation.
stock is Drone Shield. If Drone Shield gets bought at like $10, I'm basically retired. I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty much retired. I That's my retirement stock. But I don't know. Now this,
Oh. Shoot. I'll DM Dan on Discord because for whatever reason he just dropped.
I fell off. Holy shit!
Oh, okay, you're back. All right, cool. Don't even have to DM then.
I think I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah, it's all good. We're good. We're good. All right. So MP Materials.
I think I lost. I probably lost Twitter when I did that. I think I did.
Because I heard people talking about it, but I never like bothered to fully
Oh
dig
shit!
in.
The Twitter stream's gone. Oh well.
Yeah.
Um. So the military bought an investment. I am stunned that this is a thing. The Defense Department is getting preferred shares in MP Materials, because if you know, MP Materials is the only rare earth mine active in North America,
Mhm.
right? I'm not aware of us ever doing this before. I'm sure there's examples during World War II probably where
Yeah. Yeah.
the defense, well, there wasn't a Pentagon then, but the military or government might have bought companies for national defense
Mhm.
reasons. But I mean, Jesus Christ, I did not think that was on the table to do this. This stunned me. So let me share it.
Okay, so that's what they did. They
That's what caused this big spike. So they're
Jesus.
getting preferred shares.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a controlling interest in MP Materials. Yeah. So
Well.
yeah. What happened today though? MP, do you see it dropped after hours?
Oh,
They're
did it?
doing a share issuance.
Oh, okay.
So after they got the Defense Department money and the thing
Yeah,
ripped,
it was like,
oh hell yeah, fucking
yeah,
sell
yeah, might
shares.
as well. Yeah.
So good for them. I remember this was like I think this was one of the few SPACs during the SPAC craze that actually was doing well. This was like one of the only SPACs that actually was like a winner, right? A lot of them were either fucking abject losers or they just hovered around $10 for like a long time. This is one of the few that actually worked out. So I think probably because it wasn't a Chamath, I don't think SPAC. But I mean, this, who would have thought this? I didn't think this was on the table that government was going to make investments in military companies. So,
Yep.
Wow. It seems really expensive at this point. Like,
yeah, I'm not touching it.
It's one mine. There's no other mines. There's really no expansion that can be done in this operation. They run a mine. There's no other, I'm not aware of any other mines that they could expand to in North America, unless maybe they find a deposit somewhere else. So you have there's limited potential for them to do any sort of expansion. So you're not going to get a lot of revenue growth, I would imagine. Commodity driven.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think I owned this maybe briefly at one point in the past, probably in like 21 or 22. But it was kind of a turd for a while, if you look at it.
Yep.
It did nothing. So it got a good bump back then just because it was a SPAC, right? The SPAC craze. This was one of them. Good for them.
Yep.
And Apple gave them a deal, I think, too. So, but I mean, China's not going to restrict rare earth metals because that's their bargaining chip, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the rare earths. We have the AI. And that's why I think it was kind of stupid when Biden is like, no, we're not selling any AI to protect our national security. It's like, but if we don't give the Chinese like NVIDIA chips or AMD chips, then they're going to develop them themselves or they're going to go somewhere else.
Yep.
So we might as well get them dependent. Like that's the trade negotiation. We provide them AI GPUs. They provide rare earth metals. Like that's the good bargaining chip, which appears that we're at that point. Oh, Twitter's back. Okay.
Oh, hooray. Welcome back, Twitter.
Maybe Camaro was right because there's more Twitter than YouTube these days. Almost every time I stream, it's more Twitter.
It's a weird thing. Like if a person were to like stream seriously, trade-offs all the way down. Because I heard good old P Hub, people like have normal content there, like lectures or like non P Hub stuff. And like they'll be like, yeah, my viewers are really really crap numbers, but the ad revenue is great compared to everything else.
And I get a loan from Dave. So I wasn't. There's plenty of capital mindset coverage of Dave.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the one to. So Andrews covered it. I think he went on Cash Flow Kings talk about it.
Yep.
When it dropped from 230 down to like 195, I bought a pretty good chunk. So I read I had a Substack I read and I kind of understood what Andrew was going with. I thought it had gotten away from me. So it's an interesting point here because there's something that could happen that's a red herring, right? If that said thing happens, this is going to be a terrible investment probably. And I know some people were like, well, if they have to pay for APIs because JP Morgan wants to get money, no more free lunches, they'll just raise their prices. I'm like, yeah, the market's going to punish companies like this pretty harshly if that happens, where they have to start paying for their data. Because right now they don't have to pay for it. So, but my understanding is pretty long odds that I feel like there's pretty long odds that JP Morgan will go through this. Maybe it was just they put that out there as a rumor because they want something else. Because right now there's laws in place there's a law in place where you cannot charge for bank data. It has to be free through the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, which Trump can't get rid of it without congressional approval. He can only cut staff. So, and this is in litigation right now in the courts. There's a case. Trump has the government siding with the bank lobbyists about, or they want to overturn this rule so that they can start charging for data. So that's the big red herring here. I mean, but this company has a really good growth trajectory, I think. What they're doing, I think it's really interesting. So the membership idea, the fee for their services, right? Not a tip, because they got in trouble for the tips.
Yeah.
So I don't
It's
know. Fun
one
little
that I
spec.
wouldn't short. Yeah, I have a little spec there.
Would I go heavy in this? No.
Not
It's
my
not
style.
No. Just would not.
Because I had interest back when it was getting talked about months ago, and the person mentioning this also had another idea, and the other idea has not been as explosive on the way up, or necessarily on the way down. So and again, if you're a Dave shareholder and know the conversations that I've had with this person and when, you're not crying if you're a Dave shareholder at that point. So it's fine. It's trade-offs. I didn't pick Dave originally, so I'm not entitled to those gains.
So for Jim, yeah, I went heavy cash.
Oh no, we lost Dan again. Please hold.
It happened again.
Yep. Welcome back.
Jesus Christ.
You just saved the viewers from me singing too. Everybody thank Dan. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
That one was not. I don't know what happened. Fucking A. So yeah, I went heavy cash, and then that was February. Market fell. I think what was it? May. It was like a month after the liberation to obliteration. I started going back in, started DCAing back in the market. I still have a big chunk in just bonds, because the other thing, Trump makes me freaking nervous. I don't know when I'm gonna get over some of this stuff. I don't think tariffs is over. Like, is the Liberation Day obliteration going to happen again? Probably not, because people see it coming now. That him bringing that board out was shocking. And if anyone says they knew that was they knew he was going to do that presentation, like pull out a fucking board with just and at this point we know that he just made up. They put a calculation on the federal website to explain where those percentages came from. It literally was not even that. It was like he took the export and imports of a country and made a ratio, and that was the tariff. So their explanation for where it came from with like math was like bullshit. But we're past that now, so that shock won't come back. But the retaliatory tariff, it's still a thing he wants to do, right? So we have the overarching, he wants I don't think much has changed. He wants 10% universal tariffs for the purpose of creating sources of revenue that are not income tax. If he had his way, I think he said clearly he wants tariffs, fees, no income taxes to pay for the government, and then shrink the government. So, but then there's that aspect of tariffs, and then he has the other aspect of the retaliation for being harshly treated, whatever that means. And the courts haven't really chimed in about if that's okay or not that he can do this.
Yep.
So,
because even if they kill the whole no, you can't do tariffs, and even if he abides by that, we live in a world full of word games, and who's to say he's oh, as you mentioned, a fee, something else.
But what I was afraid of, because this is Trump, and I've been afraid of the retaliatory tariffs are more than just saying, well, you treat, we import more than you take from us. We export to your country. That's unfair. He has that, but now he's we're getting more clarity. He's putting little caveats in these negotiations that we see. He wants more than that. The Brazil example we saw, first of all, that's not a trade deficit. That's a trade surplus partner. We have 5 trade surplus partners in the world, and he's picking fights with them. It's Amsterdam, as far as I think it's Amsterdam, Brazil, UK, and then probably maybe some micro, islands in the Pacific. Those are the trade surplus partners.
Yep.
So it was really weird. People 50% for Brazil. Okay, that's not retaliation for unfair practices. Now it's he's going into their legal system and saying they're treating their ex-president harshly. Like it's just a weird place to be at this point. So I think the two best investment thesis right now that outside of just, outside of, I think bonds are still an interesting investment, but data center investing in military, like, because that's where, I mean, it's not even difficult to understand why, because look at where the money's going, right? Watergate, follow the money. Where's the massive investments right now? Military infrastructure, data centers. Like, if you follow that, and then, with the rest of your money, you can either index or you can do some bond. And I think bond investing will do really well if we actually start getting rate reductions. So, but that's why I focus on military, and the data center investments are doing really well too. But what else? So tariff wise, we're not going to get that shock again, I don't think. But I don't know what the end game people think of tariffs are. I don't think there is an end game. It's just constantly going to be fighting about tariffs, I think, for a while. I mean, what could stop this? Maybe if the Democrats take the midterms next year, they could then pass some laws saying that he can't do these tariffs anymore, and then he's going to veto it, and then it's going to be a fight back and forth in the courts. So he's got at least till next year before this becomes a problem, unless the courts come out with some decision about, like we said, he doesn't have specific tariff powers. He's using the emergency powers of the president to put tariffs. And he says all these tariffs are emergencies.
Yep.
There's no implicit power that the president can do tariffs. So, like, is the Supreme Court going to strike that law? They don't seem to make big swings like that. It's just unfortunate, some of this, like the Korean one, because I have investment in a Korean industrial industry, or Korean industrial military infrastructure. Because it's like, if you really want to get away from China as being like the industrial powerhouse that it is, like everything comes from China. If that's a big concern for national security, you want other partners to take some of that to decrease the risk. It's like, okay, what are the obvious partners to do this? It'd be like Vietnam and Korea and Japan, right? Mm-hmm. And we're like punishing them. So like, I don't get what the Korean tariff makes no sense. Like, if you want to build ships, you have to partner with China or the South Koreans. Mm-hmm. If you want to have this massive shipbuilding program that they've talked about to build the American shipping industry back, like because like the Koreans own Philadelphia shipyard. Plus they have some of the most, outside of China, they have like the most advanced shipyards in the world. This is where you could get the shipping built. And then we throw tariffs like this on them, which is just, I don't know. Yeah, we don't have the infrastructure to build commercial shipping in America. We barely have military infrastructure to build shipping in America. So that's why we bought Huntington is a piece of shit managed company, but it was like, there's no one else. So that it's the only game in town.
Because like for those that would be like, oh, Dan, harumph, like this point, that point, like, well, like, don't you have faith in the American people, Dan? Like, we can do anything, we can do this. And it's more of a, yes, we can, but do we need to? Like, do we really need to? Because like most of your shipyards and shipbuilding happens on coastal land. And what's usually expensive as far as real estate goes?
Yeah.
And we're already talking.
Trump's answer is to build everything in America, but I don't think it's, in the end, like, do we really want to be devoting a lot of our coastal economic, infrastructure to shipbuilding?
Because
we're not approving. And if you think about, like, a lot of the coastal states in America are liberal run. So they're going to have a problem if you want to build new dockyards and infrastructure for environmental reasons. And then you might have problems because, financially, maybe you want to use the land for something else. I just like that. It's just like, I think it would be in our interest to help propel shipbuilding in Korea. That would be for America. And then we could, what few dockyards we have in America are devoted to like military shipbuilding, because that can't be, we really can't do that somewhere else. You could have someone else build, like, I think, like the shell or maybe the hull of a ship, but then really can you? Think of they have to
the
have like
logistics.
specific clearances to do that type of
Yeah,
work.
yeah, and
Um,
it's like incredibly capex intensive, and the maintenance capex on that is really high. Like there's a reason why it's a low margin business, and
yeah. So
yeah,
damn, it's just like this tariff game it's crazy. I
mm,
mean, the income coming from tariffs has not jacked up inflation though. So that's one thing
mhm,
economists kind of got wrong so far.
yeah, yeah,
Tariffs have not skyrocketed inflation, which they told us would happen. Hasn't happened. They're getting the stream. I think last month was over $100 billion of tariff revenue. I wish they would have just devoted the tariff revenue to the deficit.
yeah, yeah.
Just be like
Should probably look at that.
all the tariff money goes straight to the deficit. Like it can't do anything else.
Yeah,
I
that
think you get
interest revenue or expenses
then you get more
starting to,
buy-in.
yeah,
Yeah, but this fucking thing. I don't like that the president can just do this by himself. That's something's got to change about that, but nothing's going to happen anytime soon.
mhm,
So who knows? Maybe he'll taco again with tariffs. How many times has he
could be,
tacoed on tariffs? 4 or
yeah,
5 times at this point.
yep.
There
So
was the original liberation deadline. They got extended. July
mhm,
9th became August 1st. And then we're going to get what? Halloween. So, yeah, I don't know. How many actual in-place trade deals do we even have at this point? Is it just the UK? I think
want
that's
to say
it.
so.
Who?
Yeah, I want to say so. Yeah, because like even if you have like two parties that are like really aggressive and agreeable on like the topic of a trade deal, like that stuff takes a lot of time to hash out. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And like when they say, oh, we have a framework of a deal. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, would you call a frame of a house a house?
Nope.
No,
It's
you
just a
wouldn't.
frame.
So, oh, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he
Yeah.
tacos again. Um, I can do some good thumbnails. Taco, taco.
Taco
But
Tuesday.
yeah. What else are we gonna get to? I think that was all. So let's see. Boeing we talked about. We talked about drones. So to recap, yeah, look for drone investing,
Hmm.
defense drone first, and then you could look at production of drones. Um, Underwater drones are a very interesting idea because I think it's a
Yeah.
smaller niche of drones that doesn't get
Hmm.
talked about. And I think it's going to be if there was a war, I think it's not going to get a lot of publicity because some of it's honestly probably top secret.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of
That.
underwater technology is top secret, but there's some
That.
companies out there that do production, and people are gonna. It's a tough time. It's a tough investment because you're not going to know everything. That was
Yeah.
part of like the Curtis Wright investment.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't know everything. Like I barely could find pictures of what they were actually building for the Virginia and Ohio class subs, like the valves.
Hmm.
It's hard to even see what the hell it is. They'll say valve and fitting. Um, I found one sketch where it showed like what they built, and then I couldn't find it again. Like I don't know if it got removed. So if you're going to invest in like underwater drones and stuff, some of it's probably going to be secret that
Oh
you
yeah.
just they won't tell you.
Yep.
Um, the other part's tricky. You can't follow the contracts as easily if it's a subcontractor. So maybe they don't get contracts from the DoD. Maybe they're just like maybe there's some company that does like the sensors for underwater drones for Northrop Grumman. So
Hmm.
it's tougher because you can't find that contract on DoD's website. You'd have
Yeah.
to figure it out through supplier information,
Hmm.
which is tougher, which could be better arbitrage because it's harder for people to find it. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't have
It's
too much. I did find Curtis Wright. It's not like I knew about it before I found it. Um, I briefly talked about Dave.
yeah. Yeah. It got briefly talked about before this.
I'm in it,
The tariffs. Yeah.
slightly in it. So
Yep.
it's
Speculative.
more to support. I did well when TSSI dropped. So and when United Health drop, I did well. This could be third time.
Yep.
Sell me some cabinets. Yeah.
It's there.
It's doing if you bought master brands under 10, you have a good setup actually, I think. But I've had people directly message me too. They're like, "What about this company and this company that do like home supply?" It's like they're all in the same boat until rates start coming down. They're all just in a shitty place. I if I would tell people, find the home investment of your choice and just stick with it. Hopefully the company's management should be telling you that they're in like, I wouldn't say emergency, but they should be in cost cutting survival mode right now. If their management's not saying that in their calls, you should be a little worried, but they should be kind of just trying to survive and shore up their business. Like, you probably don't want to see them acquiring other people at this point with like debt. That's
Yeah,
probably
that's a big one.
not a good idea. Survival means cutting costs. Maybe if they had 5 production facilities, they're going to tell you they're down to 2 now. Streamlining their processes. Those are the ones you want to look at for when housing recovers. Master Brand's done all this stuff already. They consolidated their production to North America, or to America almost entirely now. They're in cost savings mode. The debt's not too bad. I would have rather them. They did acquire somebody last year, which I really wish they hadn't.
Yeah,
It would have been
rather,
better if they didn't.
yeah,
But they probably were hoping on a recovery just like all of us. So there's some stories though, like they're saying like the new generation is not buying houses. I don't know I haven't seen anything solid about this. I don't know if the Realtors Association has done studies about home buying of like, what are we in Gen Z now? I don't know. That would be concerning, I guess, for home investments, you could say. If the next generation their dream isn't to own a house. But then companies like Master Brands, that's why I like them, is because they, kitchens are in condos, apartments, townhouses. So hopefully. Hey, Russ is here.
Yep.
No, that's the wrong guy.
Yeah, but I mean, at least we've been consistent on that. Like, even when we were interested and put money into Huntington.
Russ, I pop into here. Huntington is a piece of shit management, and that's how I know you're giving unfiltered. Yeah, that was a tough pill to swallow a bit, because we bought it at like 170, 180.
Yeah,
it was doing okay, slightly going up, and then it crashed on earnings. I remember down to like 160, and we're like, fuck. And it's like, I didn't buy any more. But this is one example. I didn't want to buy the dip.
Same.
Because it's like, but we're just like, there's no other company that can do this. They have to figure out this manpower issues. And I'm like, well, maybe they fire the CEO if he can't figure it out. Because the military could definitely force these guys to replace their CEOs. But I think they're starting to feel it. And then we got positive news trickle out about like the defense budget and the shipbuilding. Trump mentioned shipbuilding priority, and then I was like, I'm not selling at that point. But
grinded
we should have waited, I guess. You can't time everything.
For me, it's a bit of a periodicity thing, like, because I think I killed the Huntington Ingalls position for Coherent, which is Jesse's mentioned a lot about ANET and Coherent, and like Huntington Ingalls for me did its job. Like, for that period of time, it didn't necessarily go as crazy down like when everything else in the world was on fire and stonks. So like, I didn't have crazy bad unrealized losses, and it's like,
I knew companies like this, I think, are range bound because they don't have unlimited opportunities to expand. So I think they do get range bound. And then when we were buying it, I think it was at a P of like 12. Now and I had said 18 was my out, although I got out actually like 17, which in hindsight, here we are, PE of 18, exactly in range. This is probably about range bound.
Yeah.
I didn't. TLN.
In theory, like it could, in theory, hit like 300 a share, but like, no, thank you. I don't want to.
I have to. There was. I'm glad I stuck to my guns on this when I bought this originally. I looked at here's my valuation. Literally what I did. I took the new nuclear power plant that Southern Company built in Georgia.
Oh yeah.
I took how much so I'm like, okay, how do we know what the value of a nuclear power plant? I'm trying to figure it out when this came out as an investment, like what, a year ago. but we knew the exact cost of the Southern Company's power plant because they just did it, and we knew the power production of it. So then I took those dollar, I just divided those numbers, and I looked at the Pennsylvania nuclear power plant that Talon owns, used the same multiple for energy production. And I didn't discount it for its age. I actually gave it a premium because I thought nuclear power would be a premium, even though this is an older facility. And that's where I came up with like a $300 price. And then also the Twitter, or let me pull it up. The guy that first brought this investment out that someone put in Capital Mindset. Oh, what the hell? It was Enrique, right? Damn, I can't I'm not going to log into my Twitter on stream. So, let me look at my phone.
Yeah.
Enrique Abeta. Yeah. And his price was, he thought that someday we're going to get bought at 300. So my formula was saying it was valued at 300, and he said they were going to get bought at 300. So I'm like, okay, similar ideas. So it got to 290 right here. And I was like, man, I'm like, I don't think there's much upside at this point. So I sold half of it because like I believe in rainbows and unicorns, right? It could be a $500 stock, but in reality, I'm like, I think it's $300 stock. So that's actually probably the most sure I've been about an exit on something. Just my stupid evaluation of Southern Company. But so far, I mean, it dropped after it got up there around 300. So I still have half. I don't know. And then I don't have any. There's just not been a lot recently. So I don't have much to tell people. I set up, I'll do another stream where I talk about my changes to my dividend portfolio.
No, already.
Now that it's fully because I had 3 different accounts for dividends, all of it got centered into Fidelity. And then I figured out, like with Jesse, how to set it up. So I have DCAs in there, and then the dividends and the distributions go into the pot, and then the pot automatically pays me on the last Friday of a month. So it's all set up now. So I should get my first payment on the 25th. It's exciting. I mean, so it's like a cash machine, right? So that was the idea. It's what they all strive for. It should grow, hopefully. so it's 5 ETFs. Let me think. 1, 2, yeah, 5 ETFs, 16 companies. So it'll probably be like 10 companies because I'm going to start liquidating.
Yeah, pivoting more to ETFs.
McDonald's going to get liquidated. Lockheed's going to get liquidated.
Yeah.
There's a few others I'm on the fence about. Pepsi's probably going to get liquidated, honestly. So, Russ, enjoy.
Yep.
Watch his live streams on Sundays, people. I try and tune in when I can. So, he's had another comment. I was reading about autonomous farming and fruit drones. Some drones kill people, and some drones pick strawberries, just like humans. So true. Very true. Yep. We went down that rabbit hole with farming equipment. What was that, 2 years ago, I think?
Yep.
Yeah. With AGCO, John Deere.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to do a right to repair bill. John Deere killed that. That didn't go through Congress. I was like, John Deere ain't going to let that get through Congress. You kidding me? They want to push through a right to repair for the military now. Congress, they're trying.
Oh.
Good luck. You think John Deere's got lobbyists? Yeah, you try and put that through Congress for the military lobbyist groups. Now that there's $1 trillion defense budget.
Yeah.
No. Because like there were Oshkosh trucks in Afghanistan. We had LMTVs. So this is like 2008 for people. So we had these in Afghanistan like this. So we had these. We had like, I'm a transportation officer for people. Yep. So I had like a whole yard of these things. like 20 something. We couldn't use any of them. They all break because it's all electric. It's a diesel, it's a turbo diesel engine. All the pedals are electric. So there's nothing, there's no there's not hydraulics, right? It's all electronic. The steering, electric pedals. So when they break, our mechanics can't fix them, right? It's like a circuit board fries. So we couldn't use these. We had to use like World War II trucks that had still, hydraulics and brake pads and engines that could be actually serviced. We had to send all this stuff out to repair by the manufacturer. So we never got it. We barely ever get stuff back. So, I mean, they should have right to repair, but I good luck.
Yeah.
It'll never happen. Pepsi reporting tomorrow. Thoughts?
Good old PepsiCo.
It's all doom with Pepsi these days. I just their food business is such a drag on them now. Which the food business used to be the highlight of the company.
Yep.
Frito-Lay. That used to be the positive of Pepsi over Coke, was that they had this vast food snack business that Coke didn't have. But now it's like it's like the opposite. It's almost like negative at this point, which you can blame the GLP drugs. And I don't think they haven't really sold off some of their brands in a long time, which tells me they're, like Procter and Gamble is successful because they cut the less profitable brands sometimes, right? But Pepsi hasn't really been keeping up with that. So
yeah,
I mean, maybe they should spin off some of their snack business that's has crappier growth at this point. I don't know. There's a lot of these companies that have done that lately. The Kenvue, Kellogg split in half. You had the Kenvue divestment. So maybe it's time for Pepsi to do. I don't know. I don't know if they want. I don't think they should totally get out of the snack business.
Same.
Let's say.
Yeah, because maybe they're, again, I don't know enough. I'm just speculating here, but like they're like you remember back when Celsius, everybody was like talking about it like as a stock also, and people are like, oh yeah, this deal with Pepsi is gonna be great, and like for whatever reason, when it comes to like Pepsi's like supply chain or distribution, like just something seems to break, and that seemed to be the case with Celsius on their own side, and also like Pepsi. So I don't know where the screw up is in that particular instance, but it may be a like microcosm of something bigger. And yeah, for that reason, I don't know. Maybe they're turning it around, but yeah, not for me.
Yeah,
because earlier in the year it was funny when people were like pivoting to safety. Yeah, Staples had an okay time, like relative to other common stock out there. It's just that you still report bad earnings or have bad guidance. Like market participants are going to react accordingly. So it's happens. Not for me. Not for me. Is long and short of it. Long way to go for a small.
To answer Mike, yeah, I was reading about that like I think a few days ago. So it's interesting. I believe it's microwaves, right? Directed energy, microwave technology.
Yeah, so too. Yeah.
My only question I was trying to figure, I'm like, well, how are they powering it?
Gotta need a really good battery.
Yeah, that's a big lithium batteries on the battlefield, man. Oh
yeah,
the way they catch fire, it seems like such a bad idea. And then just the charging, and then the repair, they break down. That's the part, like with energy weapon defenses of drones. That's my biggest, like, okay, in a war zone, right? Like how do these actually function?
Yeah, and like stuff's really hard, especially like if we're talking out in a desert. Like I don't think we're necessarily completely done with all desert warfare forever.
And like a microwave weapon like this would be affected by dust in the air. Like, so you said, like a desert, it would be affected by rain, desert. So anything in the air, pollution, some third world bad air pollution would affect the capabilities of something like that. So like, I know everyone wants to think lasers are going to be the answer, but like if you look at like the demos of like lasers taking out drones, like the laser's got to be on that drone for like 5 seconds. It's not instantaneous.
Yeah,
So it's
we're
like,
not
okay,
Star Wars.
what if there's 500 drones? Okay,
Yeah.
500 drones, 5 seconds each. You don't got not enough time. So I don't know if that's the answer.
Yeah.
It could be part of a comprehensive system.
Mhm.
I think like laser and microwave weapons might be more applicable to like ships, where mobility is not such a problem, and then you have a power source on the
Yeah.
boat already.
Yep.
So I don't know about land wise if that's really going to be a good solution. Tattooed chef.
I
Isn't that
think
company dead?
yeah. Maybe.
No, I did not ring the the coach can't ring. I got
Okay, so that's
offered
reference.
I had a deal offered to me for rec shares. They
To
emailed
pump it?
like the vice president of the company emailed me.
God.
They wanted me to do content on rec shares. I can't remember what they were offering. So it was like a few emails. I haven't gotten any more in like a month or so. But I don't know. Like these high yield people are all on cloud nine because markets rebounded and a lot of them are just Bitcoin, right? They're just
Closet
a lot of
Bitcoin.
a lot of these high yield people, it's just all crypto. Like, okay, crypto's going up. You guys are having the time of your life, but when we go through a crypto winter, like you're never coming back from that drop if that happens, and it's happened in the past. So, I mean, I guess you have to feel confident we're not going to go through like we're gonna like Bitcoin loses 70% of its value, right? Because it's happened. It was 100,000, and then Sam Bankman-Fried came, and all of a sudden it was 14,000. So things like that happen to the world.
Yep.
But these people with these derivative strategies on crypto, it's like you'll never recover. So when that obliteration hits them, you're done. Whereas the people in Bitcoin can just keep on going, and they'll just live through it. So that's the thing. These people that buy these covered call and derivative based high yield investments, they don't want like you don't have any survivability. And the market's been mostly up since COVID. They don't know any better. So in the time they've known these investments as an option, there hasn't been something traumatic really to happen. Like Liberation Day was just a taste of what could happen.
Oh yeah.
And some of them got margin called on that, obviously. Just that alone got them margin called. Some of them second guessing on like on Reddit, they were second guessing the strategy in general. Just from that, like if we went through a real correction, like poof, 50, 60% of it's gone. And then because it's derivative based, there's no recovery. And then you have to double down and sell assets to cover margin. And then you really are so it's just, but they don't know enough that like these are all hypotheticals. So they're going to look at you like cockeyed, like, what are you talking about? Like stock go up or my dibbies keep going up. So if nothing bad happens, then I don't know. If nothing bad happens to Bitcoin, Misty might be amazing. So, but if something traumatic happens, like we find out, I don't know, some major holder Bitcoin's a fraud, who knows? Satoshi just sells like all out of the blue. Satoshi's account just liquidates onto the open market. Oh my God. I tell you what, if Satoshi's account just liquidated and like 70-80% drop in Bitcoin value, I'm going hog wild.
Oh, you're going
Like,
in? You're rushing into the crypto?
I would. I think about it today sometimes because I remember when after SBF and that whole scenario, right? Bitcoin got to 14,000. And I'm like, if it survives this, I just kept thinking, I'm like, if Bitcoin just doesn't disappear, this is a good time to buy it. And I should have trusted my gut on it. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I got
Good
a haircut yesterday. Yeah. My hair grows fast, so it's and I have a bad tendency to be lazy with
Everything looks good on Beacon.
that is actually an incorrect statement, Dex.
I think Dex is sitting on a 200% drone shield gain, he said.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, he does quietly very well for himself.
He nails it, Mr. Vanderbilt there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, happy for you, Dex. Dex is
So
like, oh, let me just have a casual 200% gain here, 300 there, 300 there. Don't mind if I do.
dude just casually is like, oh yeah, I just find all like Nubank and
Yeah,
Palantir.
yeah.
I
I
think he
like the.
shorted B. Did he short B Riley with us?
Yeah, he did. He did. He
Yeah, he
had a
did,
put
right? Yep.
position and he got like roughly 300-ish% or over.
Yeah,
Like
he
I think
beat
he
you
did
and me, I
better.
remember.
Yeah, yeah. So
Because I think I did like 200.
yeah, I'd like to think that if there was a capital mindset meetup, like other people might punch me in the face, but Dex wouldn't. I'd like to think that.
Yeah. Maybe there will be at some point.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd rather it be like, I mean, New York City would be great because I'm a train ride away from the city. The Vegas, okay. I think Vegas is lame, but
Yeah,
cool.
but they have the spacing for that. Good God, 792.
I remember some of the screenshots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, because we were buying like I had various there was a few that were
Mhm.
like 80%,
Yeah.
120,
Yep.
240, something like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Those were wild times.
Oh yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of shorting we were doing. We felt we were kings of the world before Sonder.
Sunder. Yeah. I avoided Sunder,
It
thankfully.
was funny because we had like 3 straight that really worked out well. And I
Yeah.
kept thinking, I'm like, we're gonna get fucking hit at one point.
Hmm.
We're and then
Yeah.
yep, sure enough, Sonder came.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. For me, it was Duckworth Wines. Someone ended up acquiring them. Stonk jumped up 100%, but it was a like below 1% of my portfolio short.
oh
So like if it's below 1%, like you don't even care. Like you're like, oh well, that's disappointing.
yeah.
Close.
I guess to wrap up, do you have any investments on your radar?
I've been doing some digging on some like battery companies. I know it's a very, very speculative world. Like you have two halves of the battery industry. You have commoditized, tried and true, everybody knows, everybody loves. And then you have very, very speculative. And I'm taking a look at the speculative side. I have a position in one of those, and I'm trying to like envision what's around the corner because if they're able to go about things, then you have one phase done, but what's around the corner and trying to long term plan around that. Because it can work, but it can be a bumpy ride. And do I want to stick around for that? See, we'll see. Um, yeah, but all in all, like so far, it's been a good year so far for me and my meager account.
Yeah, you have out he showed in
Yeah, I
have him right
reshared in the
he has
uh,
outperformed.
with the DM if you wanted to
I don't know
show
where I
that.
stand because I switched from Schwab to
Yeah, Fidelity and that
it was yeah, because
nukes.
I had Schwab and JP Morgan
Mm,
merged into Fidelity. So I have it's hard to accumulate. I still have options at Schwab. I think I showed one.
yeah,
I didn't want to transfer options. It made me nervous. So I just transferred like the stocks. Um Fidelity's cool. I really like Fidelity.
that's good.
I like the automation of a lot of stuff,
Mm,
which I thought was the point. Some people are like, oh, like a lot of people like to just go into their brokerage every day and manually do everything. I know, but I'm trying to automate stuff like I don't know, automate a lot of the dividend stuff because I don't find
yeah.
it's not hard. You just like I'm DCAing, then the dividends come out, or I can do whatever I want with the funds.
Mm,
Um, I don't reinvest them anymore. I'll just do what I've targeted.
yeah.
Oh, you posted it. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you wanted to share it, you don't have to.
Wait, what's the second one?
One's year to date, one's max.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I got it.
Yep. I just had a comparison of S&P and the Qs just because
Can I
Russell
share
2000
Discord?
and Dow just don't seem necessary.
So you're at very nice.
Yep. The max drawdown was unrealized like 7 and change%.
You are 3x or yeah, 2xing
Yep.
the market.
So far. I've
Someone's gonna
had
be
some
like,
good.
well, Wall Street bets, there's like 3,000% people.
Oh
It's like,
yeah, and there's like there have been a lot of botches I've made along the way, and I think that's the important thing. Like the important takeaway is like not enough people think through portfolio management, and I'm not perfect by any means. But you can have screw ups and still do okay, depending on certain things. And I expected to underperform the market this year.
I tried to. Some of my biggest screw ups last year were options.
Mm,
So I've barely written options this year. Honestly, it's just I'm just focused on like equity investing. I think
yeah, just basics.
I
You're
don't think I
fine.
bought. Yeah, because I looked when I looked at like what some of my worst actions last year were just fucking options because
Yeah.
you get blown out sometimes. Um, yeah. What else we got here? This is why
But
some of us prefer income options trading ETFs. Yeah. My wheel strategy got fucking annihilated. Plus I
yeah,
lost the I just oh it got well, I did like I was doing the wheel through liberation and it just got it's like
fucking destroyed.
there's no I guess that's the point. Like
Yeah.
there was no recovery of those losses, right? Because I mean I could have stopped running the option and just bought QQQ,
Hmm.
but the idea would be to run this option for income. Well, it's like if you're on the wrong side of the wheel, while QQQ is rocketing and you're trying to do like, you know, you're on the wrong side of the wheel doing calls, selling covered calls, and then it's like you're not getting any of that upside and you're capping
Yep.
your gains, and it's just like
Mm,
you're just getting screwed. And you're putting all this work into running a wheel, and then you're just like watching the account not perform. That's really what happened. I'm like, I think it's terrible. When people say they run wheels and make like crazy, I don't believe them anymore.
yeah.
I
That
don't
and
I think it's a pretty crappy strategy, which was good to try with fake money.
yeah.
So
Like and the other thing also would be the taxes.
yeah, so
Putting fund like yeah,
all of it is freaking
yeah.
ordinary income. So you have
Hmm.
no tax advantages and like
Yeah.
well, it's like because like when I started at 200,000 fake
Mm,
money,
yep.
I think I made like 3,000 a premium the first 2-3 months I did it. So okay, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Liberation Day came, I lost like $30,000 that week, right?
Hmm.
So it's like now I'm down to 170. So now I have to like start now I got the shares from the put selling. Now I have to do covered calls or
Yeah.
selling calls because you have to keep wheeling. So it's like now if the market did a violent recovery up, I'm capping the recovery.
Hmm.
So like I'm like I have almost no chance of recovering that $30,000
Yeah.
running a
It's
wheel. And you're not going to get enough premium to cover that because it's just so then it's like, do I keep the premium even though I've lost 30,000? It's not a great strategy.
yeah.
What I think people do though, they do short term. A lot of YouTubers, they do very short term uh, options trading or selling on very volatile stocks.
Hmm.
You're kind of gambling.
Oh yeah.
If you're right, you make a crap load of premium because it's a highly volatile stock. So if the delta is a certain way, you're going to get a lot of premium. If it goes wrong, you're getting obliterated. So you're paying, and that's where the analogy we always say, you're picking pennies up in front of a freaking bulldozer, right?
Hmm.
This is what you're doing. You're facing utter annihilation with these options for the premium you collect. And I think some of the YouTubers that have big bank accounts and then they're making you think that they generated that large bank account by the option trading. I'm finding really hard to believe at this point.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just like how some people will say that they're doing great in performance, but if you recall, Dan, the screenshots I sent you, because you're aware of Schwab and how it works, I showed you the rate of return photos, which it's agnostic of whether you put money into your portfolio or pull money out.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like I could say, oh yeah, like I'm up like over 1,000%, but like if I had a small account and then put in like a crap ton of money, but my asset selection's crappy, like
Mhm.
what good is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun times, fun times.
Fun times. So I think Fabio will be back, what, 24th, 23rd,
Yeah,
he said?
Yep.
I think he said 23rd.
If the market falls again, like before
So
he comes back, I'm gonna kick myself.
the market has not gotten obliterated this time. That the
Yeah, so
last two
far.
times he's left the
Yeah.
country,
Yep.
really bad shit happened. It's like lucked out so far. So he'll be back next week for
Mm.
people. I don't know my regular cycle of doing videos. I have to think about it.
Once a
Summer's
week,
tough.
once every other.
Summer's,
What
yeah,
else?
I got a lot
Yeah.
of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Camping's next.
Hey, that sounds fun.
Which is funny because you do like a condo on the beach with the boardwalk, eating
Mm.
crab, and then the next vacation you're in the middle of the woods of Vermont in a tent. I
It
do it.
sounds
I do it for family. So
it sounds intense. Ah.
I do it. I it's a family. I do it for my family, but I don't enjoy camping.
Oh,
I
that's a
did it as
shame.
a kid. I did it in
Yeah.
the army and I did it as a kid.
No, okay.
So
Yeah. Very
I
fair
like
point.
going to fancy
Yeah.
type resort stuff.
Civilization.
Yeah. The stuff I didn't get to do as a kid.
Yeah.
So it's what I like to do. Oh, you missed us. Sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm deleting it like Khmer.
Oh
So
no.
as soon as it's over, I got to delete the evidence. So, oh, well, yeah, if Drone Shield gets to $10, I'm just going to be counting the days till I get to 20 years and then I can be
Mhm.
straight retired, I think almost. I'll do something. Maybe I'll like deliver. I don't know. I'll do something stupid part-time probably. Something that's not sitting behind a desk in a cubicle. That's actually caveat. I'm going to be done sitting behind it. I'm done with
Something you want to do.
cubicles in
Yeah.
about 2.5 years, I think. I'm pretty sure I want to do something else.
Mm.
I don't know. Anyways. Okay, what is it? So you like See, I always want so what's like I mean, we obviously know like getting like $150,000 Winnebago is glamping. Got it. Whereas camping, like you buy like a fucking dollar store tent, you're on the ground, or you're sleeping in a van to go fishing is camping. I always want like, so where's the middle? Like where's the line of demarcation? I don't know. Because like I have a tent. We don't sleep on the ground. We have air mattresses. I have a carport above us. Is that glamping? Like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I have a pretty sweet outdoor propane grill. It is it's 2 burners.
Yeah.
But it's portable. You can carry it like a suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool actually.
Because like if we were to go that route, like the people that are like ultra weight campers, like ultra weight gear, like freaking prices are outrageous. Like at least in my view. Again, I don't know enough, but yeah, it's expensive as hell.
I
And
have
it can be
this.
minimalist.
This okay, I don't know if this is glamping, but
I don't think so.
forget the canopies. Canopies are you buy like a 10 by 10 canopy and it's like $100. No, F that. So we went to Harbor Freight and got this because somebody else had one of these. So I got a 10 by 20 foot carport canopy.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a pain in the ass to put together because it's not portable. It's not designed, but it's just all, you bolt it together. So the first year we figured out how to do it. What's nice though, it covers your tent and like all like the sitting area. So, and if you have rain all day, this thing's a lifesaver. So, it's pretty sweet. It's not really made for this, but yeah, we have this. So
Mhm.
people should think, put a carport. Yeah, buy a carport to go camping. Or I guess this is glamping. I
Nah, I
guess.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's luxury.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. Good
Yeah,
seeing
I'm kind of
everybody.
boring with it. I don't have not really a lot of new investment ideas right now. It was
It's
more like
fine.
consolidating, really,
Yeah.
this year. So maybe we'll find some really sweet drone investments. I don't know. I haven't seen anything as good as Drone Shield, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, people.
Mhm.
Stay tuned. Capital Mindset will be back next week for members. So pretty sure he's done with vacations after this. So, you never know with him.
Next month or two, he goes on another vacation.
Yeah. We all go on vacation. You need fucking sanity. You
Mhm.
really do. My advice when you get older, take vacations. They reset your brain. Like, you have to have something to look forward to when you work for a living. I was pissed off at everything before I went. Just feel better now. So,
That's
all
good.
right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Wait, I gotta shut it off. Nope. Wrong button.